and just making sure everything is good morning. It's so good to see you here. And if you're watching this later, do write me a hashtag replay. Hello in the Zoom room. Hello, actually, we're live on YouTube as well. So it's all going on tech-wise. And I nearly didn't come outside today because it's peeing with rain. And, my mind was like, no, you don't want to be outside. It'll be so cold. And I thought, you know what? Isn't it funny how our mind does that? And as soon as I've come out, I just decided to do it anyway. And, the birds are still singing. I've got my warm coat. And actually, it's fine. It's amazing how often our minds try and convince us not to do things that actually could end up being really good for us. Now, for today's practice, I really wanted to give us something to start the week feeling really held and supported. Sometimes life can kind of buffet you a bit, can't it? It's almost like you're, sometimes if you're stood on the top of a hill and the wind comes at you and it's like really fierce and it kind of feels like it's going to blow you off your feet, and you feel like you just kind of need a bit of support, like something to hold on to, and or to feel held, and so the practice we're going to do today is going to help us to activate hormones in our body that make us feel held, which is a great thing to do. It's also going to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, so that calming, soothing side of our nervous system, which can often be often be hard to activate. Actually, it can often be that that's not our default state, and so we're going to really just give ourselves a chance to start the week feeling really held, supported, and kind of calm, in that calm place where we can take action from a place of calm, which always feels like we're more in control of our lives. So we're going to do a breathing exercise that as part of the meditation. Oh, you can hear a little moorhen down there in the river. And we're going to use our body. Now I'm going to have to kind of be a bit creative here because you're not going to be able to see me otherwise. I want to take my coat off a little bit. So I want you to imagine that you're going to get your right arm over your left arm. So you're kind of almost like you're giving yourself a hug, and you're going to be sort of like you're tucking your hands into your armpit with just your thumb sticking up. So you've got both thumbs like this. You're crossing your arms over, and you kind of like, if you're really going to exaggerate it, it'd be like you're kind of squishing your chest together like that. But we're going to kind of really concentrate on having our shoulders relaxed while we do it. So we're just tucking the arms in and then letting the arms relax down. And then gently allowing your eyes to close down, and just gently beginning to bring your focus inwards. So you can feel and just wiggle your fingers for a moment underneath your armpit, tickle yourself a little bit under your arms to just really heighten that connection between what your body's doing and how it feels. And then just allow them to just be tucked in, like there's this little thumb just sticking out, like they're tucked up in a lovely, comfy cave. And there's a tendency when we put our hands like this for our body to hunch and round and our shoulders to tense. But we want to really I want you to really encourage your shoulders to soften. So just imagine that the space between your shoulders and your ears, there's like a magnet on each of those. When you put the back of a magnet so that the magnets repel each other and they push each other away. So I want you to imagine that there's a gentle force that's moving, that's meaning that the shoulders and the ear want to be further away from each other. So the arms become heavier. The head rises up. So you can feel that space between the two as your arms settle and relax. Just this process already is beginning to shift your body and the state that it's in. It's beginning to send a signal to your nervous system to calm, to relax, to soften, and just allow your attention to take in the front of your chest and the muscles along your collarbone and down into your chest, and see if you can allow those to soften as well, as if they were becoming warm and soft and fluid. So you feel a sense of that whole upper chest and the back of your neck just opening, expanding, just softening. And notice while we do this, if your mind is active or if you're able to stay focused, whatever is happening in your mind and your body is absolutely okay. So just keep your focus on this area. And as we now settle into this posture, this having our arms tucked away like this, I want you to imagine that you're breathing down deeply into your belly. So just as you breathe, just allow the breath to go all the way down into your belly as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, just let everything soften. And you'll notice as you breathe in that you breathe into your belly and it travels up underneath your arms and you can feel it in your chest. And as you breathe out and you release it, you can feel that softening behind your hands as the air leaves and your body releases. So with each breath, just notice that flow of breathing in, the body rising, the chest rising, and then slowly letting the breath leave your mouth, letting the body fall, letting the shoulders soften even more. So with each breath, imagining that you're bringing in even more relaxation into those muscles. So breathing in, pausing briefly at the top, and then gently breathing out through your mouth, letting your body soften. And just as you continue to breathe in that way, notice if you've introduced any tension into your legs or your hips as we're concentrating on our breath, and see if you can allow that to soften as well. Notice if your jaw is tense. Again, just let it go. Let the breath be really effortless as you're aware of your body rising and falling. And this action of having our arms tucked in and our arms tucked across our chest, it gives us a sense of safety and as if we are being held and supported. And that's really soothing for our nervous system. Allow yourself to notice that feeling of being held as you breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe in and you become more aware of the sensations of your body, just notice how your rib cage expands outwards to the side. And as it expands out in all directions, but particularly to the sides, you can feel your hands rising out to the sides as well. The fingers that are tucked under your arms, they can also feel the breath. It's as if the entire torso was filling with air. And sometimes the breath can feel quite restricted. And when we breathe and we pay attention to the breath, we actually just become aware of our breath not being able to flow. So just notice how your breath is. See if you can encourage any softness. And allow yourself now, as we just take a few moments of silently being in this practice of breathing, notice where your mind is and just bring your attention back to the center of your chest every time it gets distracted. Aware of the sensations of your breath, maybe aware of the sounds of the birds as you breathe in and breathe out. And to give your mind an anchor as you breathe, you can gently note the word rising as you breathe in. and falling as you breathe out. Rising as the breath leaves the belly and travels up the chest, falling as it drops back down and the belly flattens. With each breath, the body softens just a little bit more. Let your face soften from the inside. Let your tongue sit gently in your mouth. Let the ears soften, the scalp, the tiny muscles around your eyes. Let the fingers and the hands just be relaxed. Slow the breath. There's nothing else for you to do right now. There's nowhere else for you to be. It's just here, this moment. Eyes still closed. Just gently bring your hands round so that your hands are in the center of your chest now, one on top of the other. Shoulders are still soft, but you're just feeling the sensations of the center of your chest. Perhaps you can become aware of your own heart beating underneath your hand. And thanking yourself right now for this time that you've gifted. Whether it's felt calm and quiet in your mind and body, or it's felt like you've become aware of tension or frustration or any other things, you will have shifted your nervous system state, even if it doesn't feel that way. And the benefit can often come later, after the practice, after this moment's passed and you're in daily life, that you just keep an eye out for a moment when you can feel the reaction rising up and you notice that part of you is able to just observe, notice what you're feeling and not react. You can choose how to respond. Take 3 deep breaths into the space behind your hand. So breathing in into, so you can feel it in your chest. Breathing out. Let it still rise up from the belly. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Releasing your hands and just stretching your arms out to the side. So the opposite now of this closed, contained safety you've created. Now open your arms out wide, almost as if you are flinging your arms back and opening, lifting your head up, opening your throat. Or if your eyes are still closed, but as if you're looking up towards the ceiling. Rise up with your arms, stretching up, interlacing your fingers, just really stretching your body, almost like you're having a big yawn. Maybe you have a big yawn, twisting, moving, taking whatever movement feels really good. And then when you're ready, bringing your arms down and just softly, gently blinking open your eyes. Just take a moment before you rush off into your day to just notice, how do I feel in my body right now? Just having that moment of inquiry. And just see if you can carry something into your day, and that sense of curiosity of, where are those moments when I can pay attention and have that pause, that split second of noticing the reaction, the emotion, or the frustration, or whatever it might be, and not react. Have an amazing day wherever you are. I hope that it dries up, and that, or if not, if you're nice and warm. My heating's actually packed up today. I need to get my boiler to turn itself back on. I don't know how to do it, so I need to call somebody. Have an amazing day, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care.